Hi, I'm just covering for you the information about the survey that's required for the final ethnography paper. So, the survey is part of your primary research. So, you're expected to send this out to, ideally, they would like 10 people in the group and have 10 results. You can use either Google Survey or Surveymonkey. The one that I find most helpful and the one that I use the most is Surveymonkey. So, I'm going to talk about that a great deal for this. So, the first thing you have to understand with surveys that are different from the interview questions. So, in the interview questions, I said they had to be open ended, meaning that you couldn't just answer them yes or no, or just give you a date, like how many years have you currently worked at this specific place. You want to actually have closed ended questions for the survey. So, the survey shouldn't take people longer than 2 minutes max. Usually it takes about 30 seconds to answer the 10 questions because it's just a multiple choice where you click on the different buttons. So I'm going to go through SurveyMonkey and talk to you about how I use that. So you'll have to create a free account at surveymonkey.com, and then you create your questions and answers. And usually it's, again, multiple choice. Some ideas people will be like, how long have you currently worked here? You might ask questions about gender if that's one of your research questions that you're trying to find out. You might ask questions about uh, how they would rate certain things, so or what their favorite part of the job is. You can also have a couple of text box answers where they have to fill in the blank and answer it with an individual answer, but ideally we're looking for yourself and for them to be able to take it quickly and easily. So you have a series of 10 different questions. I'm going to look through, you design the survey, and then when you're completely done and you've got your 10 questions ready, double check them for spelling errors. I will be looking at the questions you've asked, and you want to make sure they're actually useful questions because it doesn't do you any good to ask a question that you can't use in your paper. So you want to kind of think about the research questions that you had and what you're trying to answer. So, say you want to know if there's marital issues in police work. You might ask if they're married, single, divorced, separated, or you might even ask a quick question like, have your have your personal relationships been affected by your police work? Yes or no, to pick one or the other. So, when you complete those 10 questions and you're ready to go, you'll see up at the top of your bar there's a breadcrumb trail that goes across it. Says design survey, preview and score, and then collect responses. Do not do anything that costs money. So sometimes SurveyMonkey will put in an OU logo. They'll slide that in on your survey because they know they're using your oakland.edu address and they want to charge you for that. So you just go back and delete the OU logo on there if it got it tucked in somehow, and because it makes it custom, and remove that. Then you click on the tab at the top that says collect responses. When you click on that tab of collect responses, it will give you a link. So the link will be directly to your survey. That is your SurveyMonkey link that you will send out to the people that you're surveying. So it will give them all the questions. It's completely anonymous. So you want to send them an email that lets them know this is a survey for this particular class. It's completely anonymous. I'm trying to do some research on your subgroup, blank, whatever it is. As it is anonymous, it is considered an unpublished survey, so that we couldn't put it in a book or anything because it's not something that can be verified who answered it. Ideally, again, you're looking for 10 responses. If there's 5 people, I know one of you is doing a boy band that they're studying, and there's only 5 members, and you ask those 5 members. And you can do, some people do double surveys. So they'll set up a survey, say the one that's studying tattoo artists. There's 3 tattoo artists in the actual tattoo parlor, so they'll ask them a survey of those 3 members, and then they send out a survey to people asking them if they have tattoos and what kind of tattoos do they get, and what people's opinions and stereotypes are about them. So you can send surveys to 2 separate groups as well. Once you hit collect responses, it will give you a link that's you free of charge that you can send to people so they can take your survey, and that's how you'll get your responses. And then there's a final area that will tell you exactly to analyze results. So if you click on that one, analyze results, it will give you exactly what everyone answered in your group. So you want to write up the survey and send it out this week, even though it's not due till next week, because it gives people some time to answer it. You can send it via email, you can post it in Facebook chats, you can put it in group chats, you can forward it to anyone via text as well, and they can take it. And the analyze results is why we use Surveymonkey, is it gives you the actual charts, and it gives you the percentages of how people answered. So it might be 82% said yes and 17%, I didn't do the math right in that one, I know that, said no. But you'll ultimately have that for your paper. So in your paper, you'll be able to say, Joe Smith in his article titled Why Police Have Upset Relationships stated this. But during my survey, my unpublished survey, I reached out to a group of police officers, and they all responded that no, they've not had any issues with their relationship as having this as part of their career. So it does not match with my research. So that's part of your primaries. Again, your primary research is your observations, your field visits, your survey results, and your interview. And the survey results should be a very easy thing to post. Next week on Sunday, so a week from this Sunday, you'll have your survey results due. So I just want to see your questions and your results, whether you did it through Surveymonkey or you did it through Google survey. I don't want to see every single answer. I just want you to copy and paste the analyze results section into there. And that will actually go directly into your paper as well, because you'll have to have a portfolio at the end of the paper. So that is what you want to start working on. You want to send that out this week, and then you want to have it next week. It will be due. So a series of 10 questions, ideally 10 people. Send it to as many as you can. You can do it through, like I said, any social media link of people that have the same type of careers. Use your research. Use everything that you've already looked up. If you've been watching documentaries and you saw something interesting and you want to know if that applies to your particular group, you can ask them questions there. I'm also happy to set up a one-on-one Zoom with you if you want to talk about questions you should ask or you're unsure how this really works. So good luck with it. It's really interesting and helpful to put in your paper, and it gives you some research that's never been created before. You have created new research about this particular type of group. So again, reach out to me if you have questions or need help or want some feedback, and we will get this straightened out so you have great research. Best of luck.